Hi, it's my favorite time of day, the time of day when I get to read a good book to you. Today we're going to read One Vote, Two Votes, I Vote, You Vote. And this is an interesting book. Maybe you've heard on the news that we're having an election coming up. And this is a book that tells you about the election process and everything that goes on. It's by Bonnie Worth. And it's interesting because it has fictional characters. You recognize any of these people? But it's a nonfiction book because it's giving you information that is true. And nonfiction books often have what this one has at the back, which is a glossary. And a glossary is like a little mini dictionary of words just for this book, words that you need to know for this book. And they're going to explain what some of those words mean as we read it. And since we're having an election in our country right now, I thought this would be a good book to read to give you information for how that all works. So thanks to Mrs. Lewis for letting me borrow this and read it to you. Voting is something we do every day. It's a way we can choose that gives us our own say. We vote for class president and which snack to get, where to go on class trip, what to pick as class pet. Voting gives each of us our very own voice. It allows a large group to make one single choice. How do you vote? With a proudly raised hand, marks on paper, thumbs up or thumbs down, understand? Can you choose not to vote? Yes, but that's a sure way to lose your own voice and to not have a say. The item or person that most of us select will wind up the winner, the one we elect. The biggest of all of America's voting events chooses our president and vice president. Are presidents important? Oh yes, they are very. They head up the government and the military. Vice presidents take over on the unhappy day when presidents get sick or else pass away. Every 4 years we elect them, you see, because we live in a democracy. A government for the people and run by them too, which means that this country is governed by you. Every 2 years we elect senators and congresspeople of our choice to make laws in Washington and be our state's voice. We also elect sheriffs and mayors and such. Do local elections count? You bet, just as much. When our founders drew up the Constitution, it's true, they said folks should vote, but they did not say who. Since then, our history is marked by brave fights waged by people who struggled to win voting rights. For all of the races and for all womankind, and also for 18-year-olds, bear in mind. That means that quite soon you will get to vote too, so please pay attention. This matters to you. And down here we have a timeline of voting rights. In 1870, the 15th Amendment was passed that black men could vote. In 1920, the 19th Amendment, women can vote. In 1924, Citizenship Act, Native Americans can vote. And the 26th Amendment in 1971 said that 18-year-olds can vote. It's kind of strange that these people had to fight for the right to vote, isn't it? It seems like they should have had that right from the beginning. Only citizens can vote, and as you've just been told, people who are at least 18 years old. You must sign up in person or on the internet with name, address, and birth date, and one more thing yet. You can write down your party if you do not mind. Cake and ice cream, you're thinking? Is the party that kind? Is it? This kind of party I'm here to report is the kind that we know as the political sort. It's made up of large groups of citizens who share beliefs and ideas and opinions too. Democrats and Republicans are the biggest two, plus small parties to pick from, more than just a few. In primary elections run before November, votes will be cast by each party member for the candidate who, they hope and they pray, will be on the ballot come election day. So they vote between these people and pick one. They vote between these people and pick one. And then those two winners go against each other, and you vote on who you like best out of those two. Candidates set out on the campaign trail to convince voters that they will not fail. A vote for me, the candidates say, will make your dreams come true someday. With speeches and ads and town hall meetings, with handshakes and waves and cheery greetings, they work to win the voters' trust. To win nomination, this is a must. Look at all the signs they have. Have you noticed any signs out lately about our elections? I may be wrong, but it does seem to me that voting is one big responsibility. As a voter, you must follow news carefully. You should read, watch, and listen, and then try to see what the candidates, if elected, plan to do. What are their beliefs? Do they ring true for you? Debates are held for the people to see the candidates talk on live TV. Moderators on hand have questions to ask. To give their best answer is the candidate's task. A debate is an argument that's meant to sway. It's run by rules in a most formal way. At meetings called rallies, supporters get out to cheer the candidate they care most about. Supporters on the phone or going door to door say, "Vote for my party on election day." They raise lots of money, collect change in jars, and sell campaign stickers to stick on cars. George Washington won the vote, so I've been told, during a winter that was snowy and cold. In 1845, Congress passed a vote to say there would be an earlier election day. The day each year is easy to remember. It's the Tuesday after the first Monday in November. This date was chosen for a very good reason. It came at the end of the harvesting season. I think that was smart they chose that date because all the harvesting would have been over and all the farmers could get out to vote. They wouldn't have been so busy. When election day comes, the voters' big role is to make sure to vote at their assigned poll. A poll is where you vote. As a general rule, it is a public place like a firehouse or school. If you're out of town, there's a chance that you might mail an absentee ballot. Voting is your right. People cast their votes by different means, ballots fed into computers or direct voting machines. However you vote, it's important you see that voters are given complete privacy. A curtain or screen protects voters from view. This ensures that your vote is known only to you. Kind of like privacy folders that we use at school. The polls close up at the end of the day. Here come the counters. Please clear the way. By special computer, poll results are scanned, but some votes are still counted by hand. The results are sent to the Board of Elections, which declares the winner after careful inspections. That looks like a hard job, doesn't it, counting all that? The loser admits their bitter defeat. The winner announces their victory sweet. The winner vows to serve everyone in the land, not just the supporters who lent them a hand. If all of this rings true, it is my dearest hope that you will cast your first vote for the Cat in the Hat. Recognize him. Maybe we should all vote for the Cat in the Hat. And there's the glossary of some of the words that we just learned in the book. All right, I hope you liked this nonfiction book, and I will see you next time. Bye, Ava.